It began with a sermon, a call echoing through the stone vaults of a French cathedral in 1095. A pope with fire in his eyes demanded Christian warriors reclaim the Holy Land. What followed would reshape the world for centuries to come. A series of wars, pilgrimages, atrocities, and ideals that would define not just an era, but Western identity itself. Pope Urban II, words at the Council of Clermont lit a flame. Deus vult, God wills it, thousands answered. Knights, peasants, monks, not just warriors, but zealots, dreamers, and opportunists. Thus began the First Crusade. Europe in the 11th century was fractured, violent, and hungry for purpose. The Seljuk Turks had captured Jerusalem, and Christian pilgrims faced danger on the roads to the Holy City. But this was more than a rescue mission. It was the forging of a holy army and a promise of salvation. The First Crusade was chaos. Peasant mobs marched first, poorly armed, untrained, many slaughtered before reaching Anatolia. Then came the real army. Frankish nobles like Godfrey of Bouillon, Raymond of Toulouse, and Bohemond of Taranto. They besieged Antioch. They starved, they fought, they wept. And when they finally breached Jerusalem in 1099, the slaughter was apocalyptic. Blood flowed through streets once walked by prophets. A new Christian kingdom was born on the blood of thousands. The kingdom of Jerusalem was no paradise. Surrounded by enemies, it survived through fragile alliances, trade, and brutal enforcement. But it was also a melting pot. Latin Christians, Orthodox Greeks, Jews, and Muslims living uneasily side by side. Templars and Hospitallers rose from this soil, military monks sworn to protect pilgrims and crush the infidel. Their black and white mantles would become symbols of fear, devotion, and power. Jerusalem fell again, this time to Saladin, the legendary Muslim leader. His victory at Hattin in 1187 shattered Crusader power and provoked the Third Crusade. 3 kings answered the call: Richard the Lionheart of England, Philip of France, and Frederick Barbarossa of the Holy Roman Empire. But the crusade was doomed by rivalry and fate. Barbarossa drowned. Philip left early. Richard battled Saladin to a truce, but never reclaimed Jerusalem. By the Fourth Crusade, ideals had crumbled. In 1204, Crusaders sacked Christian Constantinople, the richest city in Christendom. Gold, relics, and blood flowed through its streets. This wasn't a holy war anymore. It was imperial greed, cloaked in scripture. Later crusades against Egypt, the Mongols, even heretical Christians in France, drifted further from Jerusalem, further from purpose. In 1291, the last Crusader stronghold in the Holy Land, Acre, fell to the Mamluks. The dream of a Christian Jerusalem was over, but the legacy of the Crusades was just beginning. The Crusades left scars on Christian-Muslim relations, on Europe's soul, on the lands they ravaged. But they also sparked exchange. Ideas, medicine, science, and even cuisine traveled back with the warriors. For some, the Crusades were holy endeavors. For others, they were genocides in God's name. In Islamic memory, they were invasions. In European myth, they were epics of chivalry. Modern politics, from colonialism to terrorism, still echo with Crusader rhetoric. Even today, the word crusade can ignite flames of pride or fury. The Crusaders believed they were fighting for eternity, but history remembers them not just as saints or villains, but as humans, capable of faith and fanaticism, courage and cruelty. They shaped the world we live in, not through victory, but through the deep shadows they cast. What began as a march to save souls became a mirror of humanity itself. History doesn't just happen, it echoes. Thank you for watching. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing to explore more hidden chapters of our past.